LSAs, means License Service Areas, who are the field units of DoT. This conference will mainly feature on the telecom cyber security aspects of our telecom resources and infrastructure. And we will be discussing various issues related with the security with the central state LEAs, that is law enforcement agencies, and the financial sector, RBI, ATM, banks, and all our telecom service providers, operators who have to work closely for collaboratively for ensuring a safe and secure telecom environment for our citizens. Burning issues with whatever is going on. During COVID times, you must have seen the announcements, heard the announcements. And if any such social issue comes, then we do implement announcements to the celebrities.
This spooked call, I mean, this is one thing, and like stolen phones recovery. These two softwares, it has been developed in India, and these are very important tools that we are really trying to deploy in the foreign countries as well, like UPI and those things has come out very well. Like that, these two important things. So we are basically looking at that type of system, quality, highly technical and advanced technology. If we can do it, possibly it can be deployed not only in the country, even abroad.
DoT has come out with one more initiative that is called Before You Dig. That app is developed by DoT. So anybody wants to dig anywhere for all state government departments, telecom service provider, if they have to dig, then they have to register inquiry on the Call Before You Dig app. Then the authorities in that area will come to know that digging is going to play as such and such place. So we can stop the unwanted cut of the cables or utilities of state government. So this is saving a lot of money for other utility owners and also inconvenience to the people.
So when BSNL air fiber and this Bharat fiber are going to fully get functionality, or is it hampering because it has been outsourced to a private person?
BSNL related.
That's what Chief General Manager, Maharashtra Sarkar, he is also with us, so he will be able to answer. And one thing I will tell to all of you, see, most of these cyber crimes or these cyber frauds are happening because of only two factors. One is the fear factor we have, and second is our greediness. If we decide that we will not be fearful, if we decide we will not be greedy, then I am sure we will be in a position to take a preventive actions.
Prevention is always better than the cure. We all know that.
What are the challenges that you all are facing, and what are some of the initiatives that have been taken?
Yeah. In case of Goa, we have launched Sanchar Sati portal where citizens can report the spam call they receive, or if their mobile is lost or stolen, they can register on that portal, lodge a complaint. That complaint will directly go to the police. Police will trace that mobile, and after tracing, will hand over it to the customer. And then third is that you don't know how many mobiles are there on your name. So you can log into the portal and just give your current telephone number. You will come to know how many other mobile numbers are there on your name. You will also come to know whether others have taken fraudulently the telephone connections on your name. So these facilities are there. So in Maharashtra and Goa, we have traced around 1.25 lakh mobile handsets of the people, and they have been handed over. And in the entire country, we have disconnected more than 4 crore fraudulent connections through our Sanchar Sati portal. And that app is also there. That app is launched by our Honorable Minister on 1st January 2025. And now you can lodge the complaint from mobile also.
Apart from that, who are being terrorist, international terrorist, lot of international calls, unsolicited calls, communications in the form of WhatsApp messages as well as calls were being done. Exact figures can be telling, but that has been cut with the continuous pursuance with the ILD operators, deployment of the IMS and all. this has substantially reduced the unwanted, unsolicited calls, especially from the international group.
This
It has
government,
reduced it considerably.
Government of Goa also helping us to provide ROW permissions to our telecom service providers. Earlier these permissions were given in offline mode. Now we have got our DoT portal where Goa state is integrated on that portal, where all the telecom service providers, all the internet service provider, they apply online for ROW permissions and they give permission to erect the towers and laying the optical fiber cable underground as well as overground. So during the last 2 years, we have installed around 67 towers by the private service provider in the Goa state. Again, as Sir has said, Digital Bharat Nidhi, we have got plan to install 66 towers under Digital Bharat Nidhi in Goa state. Out of those, 40 towers are already commissioned. And for all these towers, we thank the government of Goa who have provided the land for each tower.
The 4G towers.
Yeah,
4G.
4G.
So in between, something was a message was started in the name Amitabh Bachchan's voice when we used to dial. They used to alert people. Suddenly it stopped. And two things. One is that was it impactful? Was there any awareness after that message, and why it was stopped?
All messages come for a particular period only. I mean, messages continuously, of course, it is for a particular period, 7 days, 15 days.
Continuous involvement, time and again we are involving various dignities, personalities. So it is not that we have stopped, some other new initiatives are being taken.
Was it impactful?
Sure. Its impact must be, may not be in the quantitative terms, but it has all impact.
In his speech that 90% of the spook call coming from South Asian countries have stopped because of such awareness only. And as people gave us feedback on this Sanchar Sati portal, we use those feedback, and on the basis of that feedback, we cut that traffic coming from international carriers, and thus spook calls have stopped.
Which are almost held once in a quarter and zone-wise, but finally it is done at the national level. And these are very vital for giving the feedbacks on the telecom and the cyber security related issues, where the DoT basically frames out the policies. You were aware that after the Telecom Act 2023, enactment in 2023, we have issued the cyber security rules in 2024, and they have been found very useful in tackling the many of the gaps which was earlier not addressed by the Act or by the rules. And these conferences will be more basically a brainstorming session with all the stakeholders. It's more a collaborative work, doing it together. DoT, our expertise, the institutions like banks and the telecom service providers, then the law enforcing agencies, everybody has come under a single umbrella. Now the brainstorming session, whatever they give feedback, it will be further, based on that, we will be seeing whether the cybersecurity rules can be further upgraded or extended. That is the main purpose of conducting that type of things. On an average, what we have seen that the cyber crimes are growing almost exponentially. And I gave some LCD during that time. That every year, the numbers of the crimes which are happening all over the country, it is impacting significantly even the financial people and mostly the elderly people. And it's not that we are targeting only the uneducated people or the elderly people. On an average, the newer things coming like the digital arrest and etc., I think these are creating significant disturbances in societies. So that we understand it is one of the prime duty now that we come together, understand and bring an add to that. Instead of working after the crime, now there's more and more thrust we are bringing on the preventive nature. And so that before that incidents is over, what can be done through the utilization of the newer technologies like the quantum technology, artificial intelligence-based systems, how that can be checked and prevented well before it happens. That is the basic aim.
To take my words, in this a robust, resilient, safe, secure telecommunication foundation. In today's digital highways where everything is connected, we need a very secure systems. So cybersecurity in telecom is not by choice, it's a national imperative. And government initiatives, Department of Telecoms, various schemes, various awareness programs, the citizen-centric works, institutional readiness, the critical telecommunication infrastructure, CTI, the rules related to that, and the operators' readiness. Now all the operators, telecom operators, internet service providers, operators, their equipment, certain equipments also have come under critical telecom infrastructure. So these conferences bring a collaborative approach, efforts, first of all for sharing this knowledge, the initiatives of the government, as well as the need, what is to be done in future, and how to disperse the information to the common public. One of the main objectives of this conference here in West Zone, as well as in other zones, department and DGT headquarters is this. Thank you.
So you spoke about 100% connectivity by 2030, which is from 50% to 100%. And you also spoke about emerging challenges because more illiterate people, new people will be added. Can you just speak more about it?
Yeah, I say actually that the broadband penetration in the rural areas is only 46% as on date. And bringing everybody financially, making them financially inclusive, that is one of the major aim of the government. And if you look into the Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047, these are the aims which have to be finished well before. So 2030 we have taken a plan because DBN, I say, the Digital Bharat Maybe, which was earlier known as the US welfare. So now that in the third amendment, whatever the modified plan is come, by 2030, optical fiber will be extended to each of the villages. We have around 6.54 lakhs villages, and 1 Gbps connectivity will be extended to every village. So that will be really empowering the citizen in a very big way. And I did not say actually that uneducated also, the word I wanted to mean that once we go to that left out around 60% of the people, they will be maybe economically a bit poor and something. So suppose this type of cyber attacks happen, and if their money is stashed away, it may lead them to financial poverty trap once again. Somebody what people earn say 20 lakhs all over the life, and by that scamsters, if they take away 20 lakhs away from his bank, they will be entering into a poverty trap once again. So it's very important for us, for everybody together, I'm not just taking up the government, service provider, law enforcing agency, together we have to ensure that the cyber net becomes safe and people should trust that, on the utility of that particular network. That is exactly the digital trust. For that, there should be adequate awareness drives, and that also should be taken by everybody together, the government, non-government, the service provider, the law enforcing agencies. Together we will go down to that group of people who will be joining the broadband network very soon to ensure that the digital trust remains with the people.
तुम्ही पळयतात गोंयकारपण, गोंयकारांचो गोंयकारा खातीर.